All right, a new feature that we're testing out. I hope you guys like this. This is the after the show piece. That was cool. So I wasn't wasn't expecting, and I mean this with all deference and love. Like I wasn't expecting to get a little something like I hadn't thought of this before, because we've been talking about identity centric stuff for forever. As you said at the beginning, this isn't new. But when you said all these tools track, users and systems, and my brain went, no, wait. Yeah, they do. Well, crap.
Well, and then when he was talking about, the organizational structure, I'm telling you, the top of my head popped off, because I was like, oh, and all of a sudden, like where you were going with that, Ward, made total sense. I'm like, what a huge gap. So you take the comment that you fed off of, Raph, and then that one, it's like, whoa, I can see a solution there, like something serious.
Exactly. It puts you in a different risk case. I mean, we're constantly building these risk models and risk conversations around, our control failures and what products do we have, and we never get it really back to how the business operates. Sure, we can prioritize systems. So, this is our most critical application, and it is valuable to the company for uptime, availability, and execution. And we're bringing in X amount of money, and we have this great model around it. But then we don't understand we don't have any correlation to people that are interfacing with it and going, hey, they are now higher risk because they are dealing and interfacing with our critical system. What roles do they have? It gets, I'm going to be the identity side, right? And we understand it of going, oh, well, privileged, not privileged, and that's it. But maybe they just have a very open user role, and that is intended because they are the biggest user of it. But if it's a critical application, view them in a little bit differently. Consider the risk around that entity a little bit differently, and you can get into the browser side of things. And that's where I think we're going to see that evolution. We are in that evolution right now, because it's something that we are doing right now at ViStar, is we are going down that path of looking at the browser in a control aspect, not just trying to go, oh, it's the technology application that Microsoft gives us or Google wants, and sure, everybody just accesses and everything through it.
Yeah, the only time we really ever, I'm like mentally trying to picture through my head and still trying to prove myself wrong. And the only time I can think of that we get to the question of the individual user, just from naturally, without forcing it, is in phishing exercises, because that's when we get to blame somebody. Like, hey, you clicked, you dummy. Stop doing that. Here's 7 hours of training. But it's never, when you think about, like, what are the top things we do? Patching, not human centric. Damn it, Ward.
And it doesn't always mean that everything is, I want to be clear, it doesn't always mean that everything is coming back to a human centric view, but those applications are used by people.
Yeah.
And maybe we don't need to patch the system that's used by only Curly twice a year. Maybe we look at, why do we have that system in the first place? But you get into a different perspective, right? You get into usage metrics, you get into those opportunities to view and understand the control environment in a way that is business concentrated, operationally concentrated, and not only just, hey, we have a tool and it spits out the results of how the tool is working.
I hadn't thought of that. And for that, I thank you, because that's a new one. That's a new perspective. All right. Look, we've got enough vendors that listen to this podcast. I'm going to ask Head the same question, but if you're listening as a vendor, come back at us and tell us why please. We're wrong, or where we're missing something, because I'd love to hear it. I think that's fun. All right, this is cool. I'm gonna keep recording to see if you guys enjoy listening to kind of the after bits. The happy banter of like, oh, I wish I had said that during the show kind of stuff. All right, I'll let you go. Thanks, you guys.
Appreciate Jim, you guys. Thanks so much for
doing this.
This is awesome.
Good to have you on. Hey, thanks for listening. We'll catch you guys later.